So based on this experience, my personal experience and my working experience for the past 2.5 years at the University of East London is what I'm standing to give you this advice. A quick disclaimer, I am not a visa expert, but I'm going to use my experience to help you navigate that tough question, that toughly looked question, why would you want to study in the United Kingdom? Hello, my dear potential international students. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing so well. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Charity. This channel, we talk everything about educational, professional, and personal development content to help better our lives together. Particularly for this video, we will be discussing mostly about visa and how to navigate the UKVI Credibility Interview question. Firstly, I have navigated that route before, having been an international student before and having helped thousands of international students to get their courses. We are aware that the UKVI has scrapped off the priority and super priority standard visa services, and that leaves the international students to an option of going through a standard service. And what standard service means is this: you would be going through an interview, a UKVI credibility interview, which you need to pass for you to get your visa approved to study in the United Kingdom or anywhere in the world. So, I'm bringing you good news today to help you navigate that question: why would you want to study in the United Kingdom? So without further ado, let's go into it. Welcome back once again. Lovely. So now you've gotten the offer to study in the UK, whether on scholarship, and you're preparing for your visa application. You've gotten your CAS from your various universities. So, or before you get your CAS from your university, you still pass through some universities like the UEL, where I previously worked, do have this pre-CAS interview to test your credibility before they put you forward for an interview at your various embassies. So before you get your CAS or before you get your visa application, you must pass through this question: why would you want to study in the United Kingdom? There are other top questions which I'm not going to be discussing on this video, so as not to make this video to be so long. So for the sake of this video, we will be discussing about the one I've already mentioned: why would you want to study in the UK? Good question. It sounds quite simple, yeah, but it's not as simple as it looks. So that's why I'm here to teach you how to answer that. Firstly, the UKVI believed that before you come to study in the UK, you might have done your research about other countries like the US, Australia, Canada, and other English-speaking countries, and you've come to a conclusion of choosing to study in the UK. So here comes the question: why UK? Why didn't you choose to study in Australia or in Canada or in the US? So this question, your answers need to be specific and need to be personal and tailored to you. From my experience so far, some students used to say, well, I want to study in the UK because it's closer to home. That's mostly from my Nigerian friends. UK is beautiful. I'm gonna see London. UK is diverse. What again? UK is such a lovely country to study. Yes, there's nothing wrong with those answers. They're all good answers tailored to you. But for the sake of you to be granted visa, your answers need to be academic based. You need to revolve around school because you are coming to study. So I'm going to give you formula now on how you would navigate this simply looking question, but tough. First, you have to be aware of this technique called PEEC. Point, evidence, explanation, comparison. Point, evidence, explanation, comparison. Firstly, you need to give your point, which revolves around academic, why you want to study in the UK. Then you need to give us evidence of where you got the point from. You also need to give us explanation. That is, you explain the point, how that is beneficial to you. Then the C there stands for comparison. You need to compare that point to either your home country, wherever you come from, or other English-speaking countries like Canada, Australia, and the US. So I'm going to give you sample answers on this video. Firstly, you might talk about that studying in the UK is quite affordable. Yeah, that's a point there, affordability. You can say, based on my research from maybe the UKVI website, or maybe the UCAS website, or maybe studymymasters.com. So you can choose any of those evidences. Based on my research on these, you mentioned the platform, I found out that studying in the UK is quite cheaper and affordable compared to other English-speaking countries like Canada, Australia, and the US. For example, my tuition fee in a UK university is maybe £9,000 or maybe £10,000. So when I did my research to other English-speaking countries like Canada, Australia, and the US, my tuition fee is this, and that. You mention the amount of the tuition fees you got during your research. And that is a little bit of explanation. That is E. You've given the first E is evidence, which is what? The UKVI website or the UCAS website or any other platform you got the information from. Then you move to explanation B. What does affordability means to you? For example, it will help me save some money. It's going to be cost effective for me. So that might be an example of why affordability is important to you. Then you move to C, which is comparison. Then you say, unlike maybe other English-speaking countries like Canada, Australia, and the US, their tuition fee is higher, which to me, that's a lot of money. I'm not going to, it's so high for me to pay as international student. Then you give your little bit of comparison there. One thing you need to be aware of is this. Google is not an evidence. Internet is not an evidence. Oh, I found this information from internet, from Google. Google is a search engine that takes you to the main source. So please refrain from using or citing Google as your evidence. Great. So let's move to the second point. That was about affordability. The second point could be, I want to study in the UK because of the high quality education. Then you need to give your evidence based on my research from, or according to my research from, dash. You mention where you got the information from. And then you move a little bit to explain what is quality education to you. And what are those things that makes up UK high quality education? For example, you can mention the quality assurance framework. You can also mention the combination of theories and practice embedded in the UK curriculum. You can also mention the work experience attached to some courses in the UK. You can also mention the short class size, And every other thing you could mention that constitutes to quality education, and how the quality assurance agency is being monitored to ensure that the UK produces high quality graduates that could stand the test of time. That's explanation A. Then you move to explanation B. How would this be important to you? You will say it's going to be important to me because it will help me know more about my program. For example, the quality assurance framework will help discipline me to ensure that I read my books and also take my studies seriously in order to merit the certificate I'm going to be giving. Or you can say that the short class size or the small class size will help you develop interpersonal relationships with your fellow students and your lecturers. Or maybe you can say that the combination of practice and theories in the UK curriculum will help build up your employability skills whilst you are studying, that will help you stand out from the job market once you finish your program. Those are the samples you can use to tailor the point that the UK have high quality education to yourself. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So now you move to comparison. The comparison here would basically means for you to compare it to your home country. Specifically, please note, you need to compare this point to your home country alone, because if you compare it to other English-speaking countries, they also have high quality education. So it doesn't really make UK stand out. The essence of this question is what stands UK out for you other than other English-speaking countries and also your home country. So if you compare to Canada, Australia, and the US, they also have high standard of education. So it doesn't really make UK stand out. You need to compare this point to just your home country. You can say, unlike my home country, maybe Zimbabwe, maybe Nigeria, or maybe wherever you come from, we do not have maybe small class size. We do not have the combination of theories and practice in our curriculum. That is if truly is not present in your home country universities. So all those things you've mentioned that the UK have should be the reverse when you are comparing. Unlike my home country that we do not have, we have large class size and students are struggling to hear the lecturers or to develop interpersonal relationship with our lecturers, or we do not have the combination of theories and practice. What we have in our home country is mostly theories and other things that is not present in your home country. So that's it for point 2. You can also mention as a third point, you can also mention that I want to study in the UK because of the certificate highly recognized anywhere in the world. Worldly recognized certificate. That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, that's the point. And you give us evidence. You need to repeat the formula PEEC technique in each of the points. You don't just give a point and you leave without giving us evidence, without giving us explanation, and without giving us comparison. For the UK having a highly recognized certificate, you need to compare it to just your home country alone. You don't need to compare it to other English-speaking countries, because other English-speaking countries, their certificate is also worldly recognized. So this is how you will put this one. I want to study in the UK because the certificate is highly recognized anywhere in the world. Based on my research from the UKVI website, I found out that the certificate I'm going to receive will be recognized anywhere I go. And this is good for me because it will help me stand out from my peers, and it will also help me become a global asset to my employers. I'm not going to be limited to just working in my home country or to just working in the UK. I can walk into any company in any part of the world and my certificate will be accepted. So that's a big plus for me. Unlike my home country, maybe Zimbabwe, maybe Nigeria, or maybe Egypt, where my certificate is mostly limited to my home country. And if I want to use that certificate to study anywhere in the world, I will need to do a top-up program to augment to the standard of that country. Like for example, I believe if you're coming for your master's degree, you might have had your first degree in your home country. And for you to be highly recognized as a global asset in anywhere in the world, you need to do a master's degree in the UK. And that's why you're coming to do it in the UK. So you can see that for your first degree to be highly recognized, you must do a top-up program, which is a master's in the UK universities. Yeah, so that's how you would answer that question. Yes, so those are the sample answers I have given to you why you want to study in the UK. So you can also research more about it, and please let your answers be academic based. One thing I have to point out to you before I go would be for you to refrain from mentioning that the UK offers post-study work visa. That may make you come out as your main priority is to come and work in the UK. So refrain from that, because our students in the past do mention that, and that could automatically turn off the UKVI interviewer from them giving you visa. So refrain from mentioning that. Yeah, we all know that the UK have a post-study work visa. Yeah, that's a plus for you, but it's not academic based. Your answer should be academic based to show you should be credible that you are coming to the UK to study and not to work. That's your sole aim. If peradventure when you then finish your studies and you get the post-study work visa, that's a plus for you to use and establish your career in the UK, and see if the UK environment is such a place that will help you establish your career. And maybe you want to settle in the UK, or you want to move to other countries, because now you've got a globally recognized certificate. And I hope that makes sense. Great. So that leads us to the end of our video today, why you want to study in the United Kingdom question. In our subsequent video, we will be discussing about other top questions like, why would you want to study in that specific universities? I'm going to also teach you how to navigate that and get your visa to study in the UK. And also, the next question may be, how would this program help you with your future plans? So look out for this video in the future. I'm going to be bringing your way. Thank you very much, and let me know how this video has helped you. Do not forget to smash the like button. Yeah, share, like, comment on this video, and it will help us in the algorithm. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely one. Good luck with your visa application.